Barry?
Thank you, Jessica. We have some new details this morning on a pretty disturbing sex assault case involving a teenage girl.
Yeah, last night the Bexar County Sheriff's Office arrested a 34-year-old man accused of convincing the girl to run away from home to meet up with him. This morning, new documents are telling us more about what actually happened.
And KENS 5's Sarah Duran has been combing through those new details here for us. Sarah, good morning to you. I heard you earlier talking about just the details of this are so shocking. What did you learn about the investigation?
Yeah, you're right, Sarah. The details of this case, they are disturbing, and some of this may be hard to hear for some of our viewers, but this all started back on October 29th. The Sheriff's Office says 34-year-old Lucondo Watson got a hold of the girl's number and started texting her. At some point, Sarah, their conversations turned sexual, and there was even photos and videos exchanged between the two of them. Now, at that point, the suspect was able to convince the girl to leave her home and get in his car. Now, this is what the suspect looks like. Before we get into the other details of the case, I wanted to show you what he looks like. Last night, Watson was booked into the Bexar County Jail on a charge of aggravated sexual assault of a child. Sheriff Javier Salazar says the suspect was arrested at his home after the 13-year-old victim told a school nurse about him. Arresting documents disclose what allegedly happened between the teen and the suspect. And Sarah, like you were saying, just very disturbing here. Documents say Watson picked the girl up and drove her to a nearby church where he sexually assaulted her. Then he drove her to a McDonald's where he assaulted her again in the parking lot. Sheriff Salazar believes the two knew each other before all of this happened, but fears there could be even more victims out there.
And the fact that he did it so comfortably, so easily, and without seeming to stress about it very much, I just have to think that there's a distinct possibility that there could be other victims out there.
And for that reason, the sheriff is encouraging anyone with information, anyone that's possibly a victim, to give them a call. Their phone number this morning is going to be 210-335-6000. Now, as for the suspect, he is due in court on December 12th. That's where he will have his first pretrial hearing. But for now, we're live on the northeast side. Sarah Duran, KENS 5.
Thank you, Sarah. To 6:35.